Writing IELTS Task 2. Type, argumentative essay. This lesson will help you write better agree or disagree or opinion Task 2 essays. These questions are one of the most common on the writing paper. Many students fail to do well in this type of question because they do not have a clear opinion and they do not use an appropriate structure. Structure. Introduction. Introducing the topic. Giving background information and narrowing the topic. Giving your point of view and mentioning the main areas covered in the essay. Body. Paragraph 1, Paragraph 2, Paragraph 3. Conclusion. Restate your point of view. Summary is required. Let's look at an example. In some countries an increasing number of people are suffering from health problems as a result of eating too much fast food. It is therefore necessary for governments to impose a higher tax on this kind of food. To what extent do you agree or disagree? With this type of essay we have two choices. 1. We agree with the statement, or 2. We disagree with the statement. Some teachers advise that you can partly agree and disagree, but this often leads to an essay with no clear focus and a confusing structure. So for this essay you can say either, 1. This essay agrees that governments should tax fast food, or 2. This essay disagrees that governments should tax fast food. I think I will have more ideas for A, so I'm choosing this one. Always choose the one that you feel comfortable writing about even if you don't personally feel that way. There are no points for writing about how you feel, you just want to impress the examiner. Idea generation. Now we have to think of ideas for why governments should tax fast food. Here are some. Cigarettes and alcohol are taxed in the same way. The money raised could be used to treat people with health problems. The money raised could be used to educate people about healthy eating. We don't need to use all of these, just 2 for our supporting paragraphs. I'm going to pick the first and the fourth ones. Because I know a little about these 2 and feel confident I can expand on them with explanations and examples. Remember, the examiner wants you to fully support your arguments, not just list a lot of ideas. Now we have 2 supporting ideas, we can move on to our introduction. Introduction. For a more detailed explanation please see our post on writing an effective introduction. In order to paraphrase the question we simply restate it with a different meaning using synonyms. I will also reorder the question. Here is the question again. In some countries an increasing number of people are suffering from health problems as a result of eating too much fast food. It is therefore necessary for governments to impose a higher tax on this kind of food. Paraphrased, it is argued that governments should levy a tariff on junk food because the number of health risks associated with consuming this kind of food is on the rise. This is our first sentence. We now need to write our thesis statement. This is our opinion in one sentence. This essay will agree with the above statement and will therefore look like this. This essay agrees that a higher rate of tax should be paid by fast food companies. This is our second sentence. We now need to write our third and final sentence, which is the outline sentence. This sentence outlines what you will write about in the main body paragraphs. Firstly, this essay will discuss the fact that alcohol and tobacco companies already pay higher taxes, and secondly, discuss how higher taxes could raise prices and lower consumption. So our full introduction will look like this. It is argued that governments should levy a tariff on junk food because the number of health risks associated with consuming this kind of food is on the rise. This essay agrees that a higher rate of tax should be paid by fast food companies. Firstly, this essay will discuss the fact that alcohol and tobacco companies already pay higher taxes, and secondly, discuss how higher taxes would raise prices and lower consumption. 3 sentences, 77 words. We now need to write our supporting paragraphs. Supporting paragraph 1. This paragraph should include topic sentence, explanation, example, A topic sentence tells the examiner what the rest of the paragraph is about. In other words, it is a summary of your first idea. It should look something like this. Higher excise on liquor and cigarettes has proven to be successful at curbing the harm caused by these substances. We now need to expand on this point a little. A good way of doing this is to assume that the examiner has no knowledge of this subject, and you have to explain clearly what you mean. Here is what this could look like. This revenue has been used to treat health problems associated with these products, and has proven useful in advertising campaigns warning people about the dangers of alcohol and tobacco abuse. Tax from fast food could be used in the same way. We should now think of an example to support our point. Think about any recent news stories, studies or adverts. If you can't think of one, make one up. The examiner won't check if it is real or not. The United Kingdom is a prime example, where money from smokers is used to treat lung cancer and heart disease, while at the same time, pumped into health campaigns in schools to warn children about the dangers of smoking. That's it. 4 sentences. The full paragraph should look like this. Supporting paragraph 2. Increasing taxes would raise prices and lower consumption. Explaining this further. Fast food companies would pass on these taxes to consumers in the form of higher prices. And this would lead to people not being able to afford junk food because it is too expensive. Junk food would soon become a luxury item and it would only be consumed occasionally, which would be less harmful to the general public's health. We now support our point with an example. For instance, the cost of organic food has proven prohibitively expensive for most people, and that is why only a small percentage of the population buy it regularly. The full paragraph would look like this. 4 sentences. Conclusion. As stated before, a good conclusion should include: Sentence 1 Summary of main points. Sentence 2 Your opinion. Don't write any new ideas in this paragraph. A good conclusion should just restate your thesis statement and your main supporting points. In conclusion, junk food should be taxed at a higher rate because of the good precedent set by alcohol and tobacco, and the fact that the increased cost should reduce the amount of fast food people buy. Thank you for your watching. See you later.
Writing IELTS Task 2. Type, discussion essay. This lesson will help you answer IELTS Writing Task 2 discussion, or discuss both views. Questions. These particular questions require a different approach to opinion essays because you have to discuss both sides rather than just argue in favor of one side. Here are a few other typical discussion questions. 1. A growing number of people feel that animals should not be exploited by people and that they should have the same rights as humans, while others argue that humans must employ animals to satisfy their various needs, including uses for food and research. Discuss both views and give your opinion. 2. Blood sports have become a hot topic for debate in recent years. As society develops, it is increasingly seen as an uncivilized activity, and cruel to the helpless animals that are killed. All blood sports should be banned. Discuss the main arguments for this statement and give your own opinion. 3. Some people think that the best way to reduce crime is to give longer prison sentences. Others, however, believe there are better alternative ways of reducing crime. Discuss both views and give your opinion. As you can see, they typically state 2 opinions and then ask you to discuss both and give your opinion. Make sure you do these things in the essay. If you only discuss both views and fail to give your opinion, you will lose marks. Structure. For discussion questions, I suggest you use the following 4-paragraph structure. Introduction. Sentence 1 Paraphrase question. Sentence 2 State both points of view. Sentence 2 Thesis statement. Sentence 3 Outline sentence. Main body paragraph 1. Sentence 1 State first viewpoint. Sentence 2 Discuss first viewpoint. Sentence 3 Reason why you agree or disagree with viewpoint. Sentence 4 Example to support your view. Conclusion. Sentence 1 Summary. Sentence to state which one is better or more important. Useful expressions. Introduction. To introduce the first view, there are certain people in society which claim that. It is argued by some people that. A commonly held belief is that. To introduce the second view, in contrast, other individuals espouse the idea that. However, this is refuted by others who say that. To state your opinion, this is a controversial issue, but I believe that. Both sides have their own merits. However, I believe the former/latter view is more reasonable. Conclusion. In conclusion, although there are valid reasons why, it is still more reasonable to conclude that, therefore, while to a certain extent, it is true, I strongly believe that. Structure expressing opinions. Strong opinions. I am a firm believer in. In my honest opinion, I strongly believe. I really think. To be frankly, I am convinced that. I'm absolutely certain that. I'm positive that. Without a doubt. Weak opinions. With some reservations, I'd say that. There is a lot to be said for both, but if I was asked, I'd say. I would imagine that. I would guess that. As far as I know. Other opinions language. It is my view that. If you ask me. Although I can see the other side of the argument. If you want my opinion, I'd say that. If you ask me. The way I see it. I would say that. As far as I'm concerned. I am of the opinion that. Your experience. In my personal experience. From personal experience, I would say. I have, generally, found that. Experience has shown me that. Other opinions and experience. It is commonly thought that. It is widely believed that. There is a common opinion that. Many people say that. The majority of people, who I know, seem to think that. I have heard that. Example. Computers are being used more and more in education. Some people say that this is a positive trend, while others argue that it is leading to negative consequences. Discuss both sides of this argument and then give your own opinion. There is an ever-increasing use of technology, such as tablets and laptops, in the classroom. It is often argued that this is a positive development, whilst others disagree and think it will lead to adverse ramifications. It is agreed that an increase in technology is beneficial to. This essay will discuss both points of view before coming to a reasoned conclusion. It is clear that the Internet has provided students with access to more information than ever before. Moreover, learners have the ability to research and learn about any subject at the touch of a button. It is therefore agreed that technology is a very worthwhile tool for education. Wikipedia is a prime example, where students can simply type in any keyword and gain access to in-depth knowledge quickly and easily. However, many disagree and feel that technology deprives people of real human interaction. Human interaction teaches people valuable skills such as discourse, debate and empathy. Despite this, human interaction is still possible through the Internet, and this essay disagrees technology should be dismissed for this reason. For instance, Skype and Facebook make it possible for people to interact in ways that were never before possible. While the benefits of technology, particularly the Internet, allow students to tap into limitless sources of information, some still feel that people should be wary of this new phenomena and not allow it to curb face-to-face interaction. However, as long as we are careful to keep in mind the importance of human interaction in education, the educational benefits are clearly positive. Thank you for your watching. See you later.